Okay, good morning class. My name is Tina Franco. And the first thing I'd like to ask you, and I know that this is very difficult, but I want to get a sense of your commitment to helping me with this class. And I am asking it because we are competing with the noise outside. And what I want to ask you is to at least give me 10 minutes of your break. I need 10 minutes of your break to defray all of the time that I'm spending right now to just do the explanation before we begin. Now, first of all, I want to know how many of you have a copy of the text, snapshots of the leaves. Please raise your hand for me to know. Very good sharers because we can't complete this process without sharing. So what I'd like to do, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. What we're going to do is we're going to create 3 rows. So what we're going to do is these 2 rows are going to get close together, close together, close together. So can we do that quickly? Okay, what you will have on the piece of paper that you're choosing, what you have on that is your piece of paper has a number in the middle. That number in the middle is the rank, the order in which you are going to read. The person who picks out a little piece of paper that has number 1 in the middle is the first reader. Is that clear? Yes. The number on the right-hand side, number or numbers on the right-hand side is the page on which you will read. Are we clear on that? The number on the right-hand corner is the page on which you will read. And listen carefully, the first word that you have here, followed by the ellipsis. Ellipsis is the little three dots. The first word is the beginning of your reading, and the last word down here is the word at the end of your reading. Are we clear? Does anyone need for me to explain that again? The number in the middle is your the number. If you have number 1, that is the order in which you read. If you have 2, you read after number 1. If you have 3, you read after number 3. Is that clear? The number on the right is the page on which you will read. If you have 2 numbers, that means that you have to turn the page to go to the next part of that you will read. And the word here is the beginning. And the word here is the word at the end of your reading the passage that you will read. Is that clear? Yes. Very good. Now, I have here, thank you very much. All right, it seems to me I will have to read number 1, and then I will ask Miss to read 3. All right. But I read 1 first, so when I'm finished reading 1, then you will.
Okay, vamos a hacer algo.
Okay.
What's your name?
I also have here vocabulary words. This exercise requires that you pay attention, not only to what you are reading, but to what everybody else is reading, so that you can know what to do when your turn comes. I have idiomatic expressions. That means expressions that are not literal. That means they may be slang. That means that they may be words that we only use here in the place, or it contains some kind of metaphor in it. It is not used in a literary way. It's used in context. However, it's not the way we usually use the term. Good? Now, the next one, vocabulary words. No. Each of you will choose 1, and when I am left with the rest, I'm going to share it with other people. The vocabulary words are going to come back in the reading. Whenever we get one of these words, if you have the card, you have to raise your hand, read the word, and read the definition.
Oh my God.
That is Mr. Abraham coming in here with something. Okay. So are we clear? Are we clear? No, stay where you are. Are we clear on what's going to happen? All right. So we're going to do 2 things. Now, the word is on the front. In the corner, it tells you what page that word is in. And at the back, it tells you the meaning of the word. So what I have done is I have done vocabulary made easy. So we will be understanding what we're reading. But don't let anything pass you. When we get to this word while we're reading, you need to raise your hand and you will be acknowledged to read the word and the meaning of the word. Are we clear? Very good. All right then, let me begin. Take 2 and pass it back. And then you also need to look at the idiomatic expressions. When the idiomatic expression is used in the reading, you have to raise your hand and explain to the class. Behind the card is the explanation for the idiom. Is that clear? Very good.
Oh, I get girls on this side. Do we have girls on this side?
That is, letter to the number and the size to know what page it is. How many of you have found a place in the book where you're supposed to read? Please raise your hand.
Vamos a ver.
Anybody having difficulty finding the place in the book that you're supposed to read? Second action. If you got a vocabulary word, do you know where it is in the book? Have you found it? Do that for me quickly, and then we shall begin. Look for the vocabulary word or the idiomatic expression that you got, and find it in the book. Find it in the book.
Tienes una oportunidad de seguir ganando.
Please find it. The reason why I'm asking you to find it now is so that you can pay attention to the reading when we start reading. Because if you don't find it before, you'll be spending all your time looking for it, and you will not pay attention to the reading.
Un aplauso para ella.
Applause to her.
Un aplauso para ella.
Hey, applause to her.
Para
Yeah,
ella.
hand to her.
That's important. You found it? Page 40. All right, and it is mid-paragraph. So it says she begins at she.
Peter. One. Small.
It says mid-paragraph. She did not appear, and then it ends on the street. Right, see, it's the paragraph, right? Good, we're good? All right. So, are we now ready to begin? Yes, everybody knows what he or she will read, and we're ready to begin. So we're on page 37, which is the beginning of
Vamos a
A Conscience for